All right, live visuals is what we're going to cut across to in a second from now, where we bring you these visuals of the Pakistani and Indian delegation. The Pakistan-India delegation level talks over the Kartarpur Corridor will start straight after this photo op movement that you can see live on your screens from the Pakistani side of the Wagah border. We also will bring you all the details of the issues and what's on the agenda from the Indian delegation side as far as the Kartarpur Corridor talks are concerned. The focus, of course, will be on security of pilgrims as well as connectivity. Also, there are some sticking points as far as this entire talk is concerned. Remember, there's a deadline they have to meet, which is the birth anniversary of Guru Nanak Sahib, the 550th birth anniversary, which is in November. Let's just listen into Kamaljeet Sandhu. She's been reporting live from the Wagah border.
We're just outside the meeting hall where India and Pakistan officials will be discussing the Kartarpur Sahib corridor. The Pakistani officials going right in. We'll just try and show you where the border is. The meeting is happening right at the zero line itself. So we'll just show you where the media stand right here is. Mohammad Faisal just addressed the media, and he said the Pakistan side is extremely positive. Now, the Indian side has raised a number of issues, including the face of Khalistani extremists being part of the meeting. Now, they have done away with Gopal Singh Chawla and the others, but then there is replacement by Amir Singh, another Khalistani face. This is an objection which is likely to be raised by India. The other is obviously the modalities about how things are going to move, especially the causeway versus the Indian bridge. What is the meeting point going to be? Just let me tell you, there is an entire scenario out here. Pakistani media in large numbers, but significantly all eyes on this project, because remember, India and Pakistan may otherwise not be talking. Remember, talks and terror cannot go together. It has been the stance of India. But this is a standalone project. This has been initiated way long back last year, and now can this be successful? Because remember, there has been past history of hostility and mistrust. And now is going to be a real test for both countries, whether they can really come, and this will really stand as a symbol, a symbolic measure of friendship between India and Pakistan. So this is going to be a real test. But before that, the Indian team out here, again, this is something all eyes will definitely be on. Can they iron out issues right here? With camera person Kirpal Singh, this is Kamaljeet Sandhu at the Wagah border, Pakistan, India Today.
ये दोनों कंट्रीज़ के दरमियान इतनी पहले हैं मुश्किलात हैं और ये हालात बहुत ख़राब हैं दोनों के दरमियान, तो इस तरह के मूव होने चाहिए कि दोनों की सुलह है आपस में, और दोनों के एक ही लोग हैं, एक ही तरह के लोग हैं, तो आपस में इनकी जो है अंडरस्टैंडिंग बेहतर हुई।
नहीं, ये मूव बहुत अच्छा है, जो कॉरिडोर खोलने का मूव है। इससे दोनों ममालिक के अंदर ज़रा अमन सलामती और अच्छा मूव है।
Kamaljeet is still live with us from the Wagah border, Pakistani side. She will be covering all the aspects of the developments that take place during the delegation level meeting between India and Pakistan over the Kartarpur Corridor talks. Kamaljeet, we're going to take every aspect of these contentious issues one by one. Firstly, let's just talk about the bridge and the creek. There seems to be a face-off over the last few weeks as well. This has been a contentious issue between India and Pakistan as far as the Kartarpur Corridor is concerned. Bring us more details on what India will ask Pakistan to do this time round during the second level of talks as far as their demand for a bridge is concerned.
First of all, let me tell you, India Today is bringing you exclusive coverage right from Pakistani side. We're just outside that particular room where the meeting is taking place. The high-level meeting has begun, and obviously this is to thrash out the key issues. Now, as you were talking about, there is an issue about the causeway and the bridge. Now, if I show you with the hand movement, the causeway is here, the bridge is here. So there is this gap, a last mile gap between the two countries. And now will Pakistan be able to cross over? Because remember, India is saying that if they go, they will break both the Pakistani band on the their side, the Indian band followed by the creek. Now there is a huge gap. What covers that gap? Will there be something which will going down a staircase of sorts? Because at this point of time, till this is sorted out. The Indian side has suggested that the service lane on either side of the Band is used. Now this is just a temporary arrangement, because remember, if it has to be a full-fledged Kartarpur Sahib Darshan, there has to be a way. The pilgrims have to be facilitated. They may be old, they may be young, but again, the height, the difference is obviously the difference in the view between India and Pakistan. Now we are at the zero line, the Wagah border, Attari border right there. You can see India right behind me. But what is crucial is what are the modalities? The number of pilgrims, Khalistani faces being part of the meeting, that has been something which has been significant, because obviously there are elements, and India has shown reservation, saying there is an attempt to revive Khalistani movement in Punjab. They don't want to go back to the 1990s. They don't want to give any sort of opportunity. There's obviously a lot of bleeding line in Kashmir. They don't want to have that extended to Punjab. That has been a major concern. So obviously these concerns have been put forth, that security is a scenario. On the Indian side, they're putting high-level cameras. It will be tracked very well. They want the pilgrims to go in the morning, come back by the evening. So all these are issues. But again, for this particular Kartarpur Sahib project to work, both India and Pakistan need to agree. There may be a number of agreements. For this one, they have to agree. So far, they have shown political will from both the sides. And that is what it is going to be. Finally boil down to what these bureaucrats really decide and how they thrash out the issues between themselves.
Kamalji, do stay with me, because Hamza Amir is also joining me live from Islamabad. We've got Kamalji reporting live from the Wagah border from the Pakistani side, and we have Hamza Amir joining me live from Islamabad. Hamza, let's just take it aspect by aspect. Let's just talk about the intent of Pakistan also, which is being questioned, especially after one Khalistani representative was replaced by another yesterday. As far as the delegation is concerned, that is right now meeting with the Indian delegation over the Kartarpur Corridor.
You know, when it comes to the intent of Pakistan, I think you'll have to give it to Pakistan, because the intent seems to be on the right direction. They want to open the corridor. The initiative is positive. And that is why India's initial concerns of having Khalistani people like Gopal Singh Chawla in the committee were actually catered to. Pakistan has not said that it's not going to address India's concerns. India was very specific in addressing these people's names, and they were removed. Now, because we know, as Amir Singh is now part of the committee, and he also is a Khalistani, leader. That is something that can be a new concern shared by India to Pakistan. So intent from Pakistan's side is okay, but you have to understand that in Pakistan, Gopal Singh Chawla stopped Indian diplomats from entering into Gurdwaras of Hasnabdal, of Nankana Sahib. Khalistani supporters are not in, a very small number in Pakistan. So it will be difficult for Pakistan to even ignore on their part as well. It's a challenge for Pakistan. So I think going forward, the meeting should be on technical terms. It should talk on development, because this Khalistani element should not, Pakistan would not want it to be the prime top point of agenda for today's meeting between India and Pakistan, only because Pakistan would want the Kartarpur corridor to open. And if India has further more concerns on the Khalistani presence, Pakistan, I think, would be ready to handle that as well. If they got rid of Gopal Singh Chawla, getting rid of Amir Singh should not be too much of a problem for Pakistan.
But why the lip service then is the question as well, Hamza. Why have another Khalistani representative at all? If you're talking about intent from the Pakistani side, just be very, very upfront and say, all right, we're accepting your demand that there shouldn't be any Khalistani representative. Why just replace one with the other?
This is not what the Indian demand was. The Indian demand was very specific to the names of the people who were part of the committee. And those were the 4 people, including Gopal Singh Chawla. So Pakistan actually got rid of all the 4 people that India said they had concerns against. Now, Amir Singh being added is something, as I said, India can actually address this to Pakistan, saying that you've removed a person from the Khalistani, but our prime concern is the Khalistani movement at large.
True.
Because people, we spoke about it, were from the Khalistani movement. And I think Pakistan should not have too much of a difficult call. In making even these Khalistani leaders understand that opening of the Kartarpur corridor is much bigger initiative than any Khalistani movement whatsoever. So that, I think, Pakistan should be able to handle it if it is shared by India to Pakistan.
Hamza, do stay with me. I will be coming back to you in a moment from now. Kamaljeet is back live with us. Kamaljeet, I've been talking to Hamza about the Khalistani presence as far as this delegation that Pakistan is presenting before the Indian delegation as we speak over the Kartarpur issue. Now, what are your sources telling you? Will it be raised in the meeting as well that one Khalistani representative has been replaced by the other, Amir Singh?
Well, security has been a huge concern, and the presence of Khalistani faces, especially pro-Khalistani faces in that particular committee itself has been a concern which has been raised earlier. Now, with the presence of Amir Singh is something which is likely to be raised. Remember, there was a last-minute inclusion. But again, on the face of it, Pakistan did try to say that, yes, we have removed few faces, but that doesn't mean anything if one is replaced by the other, which is one Khalistani face being replaced by the other. And obviously, the Pakistan side saying there are several such elements present on this side. But again, the concerns have to be addressed, because remember, this is not just some local meeting, this is between two countries. And if the project has to go ahead, they have to be on the same page. And it seems at this point of time, India and Pakistan don't seem to be on the same page. There are several issues. One of them is obviously about Gopal Singh Chawla, him being seen with the JUD chief, was supposed to be a close ally. But again, that has now been looked after. There seems to be new concerns. And remember, will these sticky points keep coming out? Because obviously India is looking at a smooth transition. Now that seems not to be the case as far as India and Pakistan is concerned, because expect the unexpected, and that is what it is. But again, on the line of it, on the face of it, it does seem that both sides are prepared. There are presentations being exchanged on both the sides, and remember, several technical issues which were discussed earlier, not agreed upon, those will be brought up, but also will be brought up about the concern regarding Khalistani faces in the committee, and that India is very cautious when it comes to Khalistani movement. There should not be any sort of either propaganda. Remember, there were posters seen outside Kartarpur Sahib, and that is what it is, that this opportunity should solely be for the purpose of pilgrims. It should not be misutilized, and Indian side will emphasize on that. The delegation presentations currently on in that particular room,
yes.
All eyes whether there will be differences which will be sorted out today.
Hamza, very quickly, I did speak to Kamaljeet about India constructing a bridge at 0 point. But of course, there is also this debate on between India and Pakistan over India constructing a bridge, while there's a causeway that Pakistan has proposed. And the fear really being the flooding that takes place, especially during the monsoon time. What are your sources telling you as far as Pakistan is concerned? What would their stand be over this contentious issue, which has not found any solution till now?
Well, see, India has been saying that Pakistan should not be, building a road, and it should be building a bridge over River Ravi that flows, between the borders of the Kartarpur Corridor. Pakistan, while it, on the other hand, saying that the flooding and even the water level does not go high to a greater extent. That is why, a heighted road should be constructed. I think these two pointers are the point of contention that were discussed in the last meeting as well. Pakistan, I think, will try to convince India, but if because this is, building a bridge would need a new infrastructure, a new map, formation, and that is something that Pakistan would not want to do, because November is right around the corner, not too far away, and Pakistan has said that it.
Right, Hamza, do stay with me. Kamaljeet, very quickly, I believe that the talks are now officially underway. The files are being exchanged. The talks are on. Very quickly and briefly, if you could just tell us once again, what are the key issues that are being addressed? We've spoken about the bridge versus the causeway. We've spoken about the security and the Khalistani representation on the Pakistan panel. But also along with that, the documentation issue remains one of the sticking points. All right, we seem to have lost the line there with Kamaljeet, but we will, of course, keep a keen eye and keep tracking that story. Remember, this meeting is just about to begin, at the Pakistani side of the Wagah border, and we will bring you all the inside information as and when we are privy to it.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.